Hey there, my name is Will. In this short tutorial, I'll introduce you to LiveView, our real-time animation of site traffic. Let's jump right in by starting playback and having a look. I'm showing you traffic from a small website of mine about Japanese gardens. Once an animation is running, you see a few things happening. Visitors enter your site from different sources on the left. Pages of your site arrange themselves in the center in a graph. Visitors move between pages and eventually exit to different places on the right. Now let's slow things down a bit by reducing the playback speed so we can have a closer look. You can see the page graph constantly changing and rearranging itself. Each circle represents a page of my website. The size reflects how often a page has been visited. When a visitor moves from one page to the other, we see a link between the two. The thickness of that link shows how many times it was clicked. Also notice how pages and links fade in and out. That is because the graph only displays a maximum number of items at any time. We designed it that way to keep things in the graph from getting too busy. So you're always seeing the most often visited pages and the most often used links between those pages. All elements in an animation can be color-coded to let you better see what's happening. And you can label your pages so that things make more sense to you. So let's do that quickly for a few of them. Just click on the label in the page list and enter up to 3 letters. Click on the dot to select one of the colors from the menu. I color code pages to represent the structure of my website. Green for articles about individual gardens, yellow for book reviews. You get the idea. Color coding for sources works the same way. Just click on the dot. It will change the color of the source on the left, and all the visitors from that source will now have the same color. That way you can see where a visitor came from. Source colors are also the basis for the filtering of visitors. I just coded Google to be red. I'll now turn on filtering by clicking on the checkbox over the source list. You'll notice that now only visitors from Google show up in the graph. If I now add a blue color code to the visitors from Wikipedia, I can watch both at the same time and see how they differ in their behavior. You might have noticed that every time I'm editing one of the labels or colors, the animation automatically stops. The same thing happens when you hover over any item to see more details about it. I'm hovering over a page right now, and you can see some stats about the page during this session. Before I started playback, I chose a playback type. We've been looking at compressed playback for the last few minutes. Compressed playback is great for smaller sites that don't get lots of visitors because we just show one visitor session after the other, no matter how much time lies between them. I'm going to pause things for a second. There's the playback summary. You'll notice that we've been watching several weeks of events. If you have more visitors and you want to see the gaps between them, you can choose proportional playback and run it nice and fast. Or if you're a big site, you can slow things down. Proportional playback is really just showing events as they happen at any speed you choose. Last but not least, there is real-time playback. Real-time playback is great for anyone who wants to monitor their traffic as it happens. I just switched to a different site to show you that. It's a bit slower than the playback we've been looking at so far. Think of it this way. A typical blog with about 10,000 visitors a day will on average get 1 visitor every 8 or 9 seconds. So that's what we're seeing here. To finish this tutorial off, just a hint for those of you that want to explore some more. The whole animation is controlled by a number of settings that you can change in the preferences for LiveView. By playing around with them, you can affect how the graph is laid out, how many pages are on it, how many links are shown, and so on. Once you've used LiveView a few times, I highly recommend you play around with the settings and change them to reflect the size and type of website you have. Every setting has a help entry associated with it, so you should be able to get all the information you need. I hope this little presentation will help you get more out of using LiveView. Please let us know what else you might want to see, and contact us with any questions you have. Thanks for watching.